on that wet track record and the fact that he does race well on this track. I think he'll be hard to beat. Donovan Cooper taking 2 kilos off. So I think on the rivet it's going to be hard to beat Nicole. And I was just listening to that interview. So Kenny Ray's on, 399 career wins. So he's looking for number 400.
Sure is. He's hoping he can get it today with this runner on the rivet, who's looking lovely and relaxed out there with Donovan Cooper. The Immigrant was excellent, and it was a great result for the team, wasn't it? We spoke to Michael Pittman before the race on Saturday. He mentioned he's just been super unlucky, and it was a beautiful ride as well by Tina. She hugged the rails, she came through, and the son of Tavistock, he was too strong. Just for mine, it was the weight increase, but when you look at sort of things outside of that was a rating 65 as to the favourite on the rivet coming out of, and this is a rating 60 here today.
Yes, so that weight to rise did worry me as well, and let's face it, it was a wonderful ride. It was 100 out of 100 from Tina to get him home, and he used the fast path along the inside to rush home and score. So Tina's probably going to have to ride another excellent race again today. I think he's one of the leading chances, but that 62 kilos is a lot to carry over 2,147.
Behind these two runners for us, both of us found the 9, Heart of Aladdin, and again, thoughts there from Crystal. A lot to like about his last start effort, the son of Satono Aladdin.
There was. I really thought it was a nice run, hitting the line well behind the Immigrant. Of course, that meets the Immigrant much better off with the weights today, and obviously like the heavy track here on Saturday. Of course, it was a heavy 8 Saturday, heavy 10 today. It'll be interesting to see how the track plays. But the way he hit the line on Saturday, you'd think he's an each-way threat.
Monty Khan is a newcomer to the meeting. Joanne Dalton, who trains out of Ascot Park, another one who brings nice enough heavy form into it, and certainly paraded looking very fit for mine.
Yes, and he has been going really well over the 2,000 metres. As soon as he got up to 2,000 metres plus, he's been a lot better in his form. Gore 2 starts ago as a terrific second behind Ocean Light. Missed out last time, but was held up for on the dividal stage. I think he is a good chance over this distance as they're moving up quickly. Moving up for the Lawson Forestry Contracting TNT Morris Dairies Longwood Handicap. 21.47 metres the trip on the rivet, and the Immigrant are the 2 favourites. Now, white cap for Tina Komanyagi on the Immigrant, red cap for stablemate Almanac as we're getting set. Black cap for Haast Ruler's rider to distinguish between Give a Little. So just about set. Easter Monday racing here at Riverton after a fabulous Saturday. Riverton Cup, of course, won by Mayor of Norwood here a couple of days ago. Set to run. They're racing, and from the inside, Claire's Pal came out well. 7 Ages began fast. Haast Ruler out wide, and Monty Khan showing some speed. On the rivets out wide, but is progressing up to a prominent position. Almanac on the inside of stablemate the Immigrant, and out deeper is Heart of Aladdin. Then came Danza, 3 lengths away to Leo's Hippo, chasing Gold, and Give a Little dropped out to the tail. Past Judge Brendan Burke, 1 round out, and the leader is Haast Ruler, leads by a length. The outside, Heart of Aladdin slides to second. Monty Khan third, Claire's Pal fourth. On the rivet, still a little wide on the track. Then came 7 Ages on the outside of Almanac. The Immigrant getting a good run just behind them. Danza was next, then Chasing Gold, Leo's Hippo, and Give a Little was last of all. Haast Ruler in front, turning into the back straight, leads a length in second. Heart of Aladdin third was Claire's Pal. On the inside, Monty Khan on the rivet, who's still 3 deep. Just behind them was Almanac on the inside of 7 Ages. Then came Dancer and the Immigrant, 2 lengths away to Leo's Hippo. In second last, Chasing Gold, and last of all was Give a Little. In the back straight, Haast Ruler in front, leads a length over on the rivet, who slides up to second on the outside of Heart of Aladdin. Then Claire's Pal, Monty Khan, the inside Almanac. Then came 7 Ages, well back the Immigrant on the outside of Dancer, 2 lengths away Chasing Gold. Then came Leo's Hippo, and about 4 lengths away was Give a Little at the tail. Leader Haast Ruler out of the back straight, leads a half a length over on the rivet, who's done plenty of work in the runner. Claire's Pal. Monty Khan comes to the outside of Heart of Aladdin. Then came 7 Ages, Almanac, Dancer. The Immigrant about to swing wide. Then Chasing Gold, Leo's Hippo, and that long gap to Give a Little up towards the home turn. Haast Ruler tackled by on the rivet. On the rivet hit the lead. The outside, Monty Khan's running on, then Claire's Pal. Here's the white cap of the the Immigrant coming to the outside, running on then Seven Ages Dancer. Leo's Hippo to the extreme outside. On the river in front. Monty Khan tries hard. Almanac an inside runner. Wider out was the Immigrant Dancer, and Leo's Hippo in front was on the river. The inside Almanac on the river in front from Almanac. Almanac's hit the lead. On the river tries to go with him. Almanac on the river. Almanac just in front of On the River and Almanac. Almanac has won from On the River, who is a gigantic runner, and the Immigrants run third. Jason Golds run fourth. Then came Monty Kana and Haast Riller, Claire's Pal, Leo's Hippo, Dancer, Seven Ages, and then came Heart of a Latin and Give a Little was the last one across the line. Almanac, the winner, has used an inside run up in the middle of the straight to get that lead. On the river, it was 3 wide for a long way, and then up on the outside of the leader, hit the lead on the bend, has been as brave as they come. But with the easier run and the inside alley, it's Almanac getting the prize from On the Rivet in the first event of the day, the Lawson Forestry Contracting TNT Morris Dairies Longwood Handicap. Almanac by Almanzor out of Lausanne, raced by the SIRE or the Sire Syndicate. Michael and Matthew Pittman and Brett Murray combining has been able to win the day in a good fashion using that inside run as the runners are about to return. So a good performance by Almanac. So Almanac, the winner there, Nicole. They were certainly getting into the track. They were really battling that.
You're back with us on this Easter Monday, Trackside 1 edition, and we did have the running of race 1 from Riverton a little while ago. We've got the winning jockey interview, Brett Murray, after being successful aboard Almanac.
Well, Brett, congratulations. A horse that I understand had been working really well. Missed a start on the first day, but a lovely horse to get on and a lovely one.
Yeah, I've been doing a bit of work for the Pitmans the last couple of weeks, galloping, and rode him probably Tuesday morning, and he felt nice and strong. He only did a bit of pace work, but Abdul Najib galloped him here on Saturday, and he gave me a lot of confidence.
Tell me about the track out there. You've obviously stuck towards the inside fence. How did it feel?
Well, the winners all came from down low the first day. I went out and walked the track, and I thought the rail still was firmer than 2 or 3 off, so I was drawn 4, so I got back 3 back the fence. I didn't want to come out because Mr. Pittman told me to be patient on him, and I just stuck on the rail, and it was the best place to be.
Well done.
Sweet, thank you.
Brett Murray successful in the first race, number 2. The 3 is your best bet into Lagos. And as we work through the field, obviously 350 and 460. We'll come to you, Nicole. What are your thoughts on race 2, the maiden here at Riverton?
I was pretty keen on number 2 here, Conman, Emily. Almanzor is a sire looking to go back to back. We heard the thoughts there of Brett Murray. He was pretty keen to stick to the inside after walking it, and we'll know more after obviously a couple of races here, that being a rating 60 event, the first in this one, a maiden over the 1200 metres. But Conman sitting in that second line of betting, pretty keen. At $5.50. And Interlagos obviously has done little wrong in his 2 starts to date. The son of Swaines for 2 fourths. He was another one who was eye-catching here on the first day. That was in the maiden and the opening race there. And obviously just on a heavy 10 here today. But I'm standing by with the trainer of Conman, Ainsley McLeod. Thanks for joining us here on Trackside, Ainsley. Tell me a bit about how you got Conman. He's come down, I should say, from up north. What has he been like?
Oh, he's been fantastic. He was a Gavel House purchase, not very much money, but we've just loved having him. He's been great. He's settled in really well to the stables and had 1 start so far and our 2nd start today.
And obviously in that start he showed a lot of promise, didn't he? He found the line nicely. It was on a heavy track. What are your thoughts on him so far in his light career about handling the heavy track here today?
I think he'll like it. He came down here. We were hoping for a heavy track. So, yeah, we're really happy that it is heavy, and I think he'll like the going.
You've also got a few other runners in. We'll get your thoughts on High Step in race number 3, a runner who does have the 3 kilo claim on today.
Yes, I thought the claim might help her out today, and I think the distance will suit her better than it did on Saturday.
You've also got Albie Park, one that's at longer odds in race 4.
Yes, Albie's he's had a long time off racing. The last time he raced was October 23, and then we started him on Saturday. He'll get a lot of benefit out of that, but obviously he's got a wee way to go to get back up to where he was.
Let's bring the bling on the back up, and a nice enough run in the Franklin as well. Comes into race number 10, once again, as a stronger chance.
Yes, it's our stable favourite, definitely. She'll love the going today. We were hoping for rain and we've had a bit since Saturday, so I think she'll enjoy it, yeah.
Great to get your thoughts. Good luck.
Great, thank you.
Thoughts there of Ainsley McLeod. Conman, I was pretty keen on here, Craig. I thought we'll take improvement from that first up run at Ashburton, and sounds like the stable are pretty happy with him as well.
It does. I'm on Conman as well, Nicole. I thought that very good at Ashburton. This race probably a little bit easier. Only lightly raced, seems to be improving with every start, and after a first up run leading into this event, second up looks very hard to beat. And a race with a few question marks with first starters, Nicole, but on exposed form, I think Conman and Interlagos are the two that have the best form in the race.
That's the way I'm swinging as well with my selections. I think it's key down here. Often some of these runners, they don't have the trials that we have throughout the rest of the country, and I think sometimes we just sort of watch the first starters. So Interlagos has clearly made my second pick as well. As I mentioned before, has been a runner that's shown good ability to date in those two runs.
He certainly has. I thought it was a good run here on Saturday on the first day. I think the track, looking at it, there was a few clods coming up in the first race of the day, is a lot heavier than it was here on Saturday. So it might be a little bit of a different track, but he hit the line well behind Flash Rocker on Saturday after a very good effort for fourth first up at Gore. So Interlagos certainly one of the leading hopes.
It's Marlin as well. We'll talk about the next runner here. He is fresh up. Donovan Cooper claims here for the Tyler team.
Nicely bred type. He's only had the 4 starts. There's always been a little bit of a rap on him, even though he's first up on the heavy track. I think he can improve on his numerical form.
And you've popped in the 10, Tranquilize, another runner again who is second up this preparation. Found a heavy track at Ashburton there, finishing into 5th position.
It wasn't a bad effort either, and it did plenty of work in the run, and she really battled on quite well in the latter stages of that event. So she's got some ability and she should continue to improve. And I like the fact with that one run under her belt that she should be a little bit fitter today and a bit sharper.
And we mentioned there's a number of first starters here, also a number of runners that are just making day 2, taking their place here. And one of those I did like for the minors, Memento. We'll get your thoughts on this, Brian and Shane Anderton runner.
Yes, Memento's not a bad performer, has certainly gone okay in starts to date. Brian and Shane Anderton's already had some good performers during the carnival, and certainly by Ghibellines. Should like the heavy conditions. Ghibellines goes down around the South Island with winners virtually in every meeting that I call. So, by the right sire in with a good, strong stable, so should be hard to beat. One of the first starters, Nicole, that's caught my eye is Easterly, number 1. Now, the damn Princess Padrille has left many winners, about 3 over $100,000 earners. Looks okay. Jen Sheridan and Amber Riddell taking the ride, and of course Amber had a great carnival start to the carnival here on Saturday.
She sure did. She rode 4 winners, and she's obviously a claimer that is in hot demand, riding here on the first starter, Easterly. As you say, well bred. Good luck to Tony Stratford, also in the ownership there, Stephen Blair Eddy and Murray Hamilton. So a few well-known racing identities combining here with Jen Sheridan, who trains out of Gore. Good luck to everyone. This is the first leg of our early quaddie on day 2 of our Easter Riverton Carnival. We'll take you trackside for the call with Craig Rail here, the maiden, over the 1,200 metres.
Okay, thanks, Nicole. We're getting ready here for the second event. So race 2 about to get underway. Conman is one of the popular picks here, is at $5.50 in from $6.50. Interlagos $3.90 into $3.20. We'll run the favourite. A bit of money for Tranquilize as well, $11 into $8 as they start to move up. Thriller, Woodlands and the Tatsler will be the last 3 to move forward. Interlagos, Memento stand in the gates nicely. Cecil's Lad, Minnie the Moocher, one of the first starters. Easterly has got 2 jump outs for 2 seconds next to the name, and certainly got the breeding to boot. Woodlands moves up to set the run. Race 2, Riverton, second day of the carnival. Interlagos drawn the inside. Racing now, and Interlagos began okay. Memento began well. Maria Pilar began fast with It's Marlin, and It's Marlin's going to drive through and find the front from Maria Pilar. Cecil's Lads out 3 wide. Tranquilize was next, just behind them. Interlagos and Memento. Caught out deep and going in forward was Easterly. Just behind Easterly was Pazataki Diva. About 2 lengths away to the Tatler. On the inside was Conman. A gap 2 on the inside, back in towards the second half of the field. Woodlands of Mini the Moocher, Thriller, and Quinto was last of all. Maria Pilar's moved up and grabbed the lead from It's Marlin. Cecil's Lad in 3rd spot. Then came Pazataki Diva, who's up on the outside of Tranquilize, and going through the middle was Easterly. 2 lengths away the Tatler, who's ridden along. Memento was next. Conman comes to the outside. Then came Interlagos, and a gap to the others. Mini the Moocher, Woodlands, Quinto, and Thriller in the straighter. It's Marlin kicking back. It's Marlin. Maria Pilar on the outside, running a good race on debut. Out wide now, the Tatler starting to unwind. Conman's trying to wind up as well. Interlagos gets an inside runner. The Tatler, Maria Pilar. The inside is Interlagos, and just running around a little bit was Conman, but it's the Tatler going to the leader. The Tatler in front, forged away, and the Tatler has won from Maria Pilar, who's run a good race on debut. Interlagos 3rd and Conman 4th. Raced very greenly the last 150 metres. Woodlands was next, then came Easterly, and It's Marlin, Tranquilize, Quinto, Mini the Moocher, Thriller. Memento well back in the field with Pazataki Diva, and Cecil's Lab was the last one to greet the judge. The Tatler's got the job done today. Has been a horse that's had really strong backing in a lot of his starts, or her starts, since coming to the races, but today has done everything right. Now, Bailey Rogerson, of course, took the ride as well. That was Bailey's 50th career win, so congratulations to Bailey Rogerson, posting her 50th win with the Tatler, who was forgotten about today at around the $21 mark. Maria Pilar's been really good on debut, doing the work. Interlagos using that inside run, and Conman, who raced a little greenly and switched back towards the inner, will be in 4th position. The Tatler by Dubious out of Chit Chat, raced by Ellen K. Shearing, Kelly Shearing, and Bailey Rogerson combining. So well done to Bailey Rogerson. Nicole, 50 career wins. The Tatler finally breaking through, has had a lot of support. Hopefully the punters that were supporting the Tatler throughout her last couple of starts has backed up today, because she's paid big odds.
Sometimes it's about sticking loyal to horses that you've always followed, isn't it? The Tatler, it's paid off in dividends here for this 3-year-old filly, and we are standing by here with the winning trainer, Kelly Shearing. Congratulations, Kelly, a horse that's obviously had a lot of upside, and I'm sure you're delighted to get that maiden on the board.
Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. Yeah, my mum bought her for me. Yeah, she's been hard work. She's been hard to figure out, but she's come home really well today. I was really impressed with her, and the backup didn't hurt her. She didn't really get an ideal run the first day, so I was really proud of her. Yeah, she's done well.
And you've also got Jessie J coming up, who's really knocking on the door, deserves another win, and is 3rd up this prep.
Yeah, no, she should go close today. She'll like the track. Yeah, just a bit too sticky for her the first day, so we pulled her out. But yeah, hoping for a good run today.
Go and enjoy it.
Cool, thank you so much.
Thoughts there of Kelly Shearing, and just the 3 runners in today. Of course, Maria Pilar, who was out in the lead and then winning that same race here with the Tatler. And then, yes, Jessie J, who's been racing really well. And it sounds like, once again, the stable are pretty confident on a big run here on day number 2. Might stick around and grab a quick interview with Bailey Rogerson. A big congratulations to her as well, because that is a milestone win for her, and obviously she does the work, doesn't she? We've always known her. She was through her amateur career and all her background with the Rogerson team, and great to see her get that milestone down here. She's been travelling and obviously picking up those air miles and supporting the trainers down here, and getting that milestone victory as well with Kelly Shearing will be certainly something pretty special. So we'll come across and grab you, Bailey, here. Or she'll just grab a photo. She's not too far away. Important moment there. You can see the team all getting involved, and a present as well for Kelly. Bought this one, or her mum bought this one for her, and the maiden one very special. Well done, Bailey. A fabulous result for you. You put in the time, you put in all the travel, and I guess you've been spending a lot of time down here, so getting the win, very special for the Southern team.
Yeah, no, it's good. I had a good few rides on paper the first day, but they just didn't quite cop the track. But no, that wee girl, she skipped through it really well.
Talk to me about the track. You were through the middle part of the straight there. I know it's hard to tell only with 2 races down, but for yourself, what's your assessment so far?
Yeah, I was sort of, by default, I was drawn one from the outside, so I was 3 wide with cover, but to be fair, especially along that corner, like when you do sort of go more towards the rail, it is just a wee bit rough, but she's only a wee mare and she sort of needed that clear air anyway.
Good luck for the rest of your rides, and yeah, great to get a result here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thoughts there of Bailey Rogerson. We'll be back.
As promised, you're back with us on Trackside 1, and it's straight off to Riverton for race number 3 over the 1200 metres. And Nicole, as we come to you, Express Cope is a short price favourite for our next. What are your thoughts on the fave?
Yeah, I've clearly got the favourite in the mix here. Does have that weight rise. It gets a bonus run in the rating 65 company, does Express Cope Emily. But I'm standing by with Kelvin Tyler to chat about Radiant Reach first here. This one is fresh up. We haven't seen her since January here, the meeting. What has she done in the interim coming in this prep? Because I did notice she does have a good fresh up record.
Yes, she does. She had a wee foot problem actually in her last start here, so we just give her a wee break and refresh and kind of targeted this race. It seems quite a suitable race for her, so comes into it pretty good at the weight, so work's been good. I guess her biggest problem is sometimes she can miss the start, so hopefully we've rectified that, and if she gets away with them, I think she'd be a great chance.
You've got Monaghan Boy in race number 4, a runner who was, to me, really eye-catching here on Saturday. Found the line nice in that open grade. You happy with him here today?
Yeah, it seems to come through that race pretty good. Yeah, it was quite a strong field, that, and 1200 probably a bit sharp for him, but a bit weaker field today, so yeah, and the track's a bit heavier, so he'd be a good runner's chance, I think.
Race number 5, Indiati, the 3-year-old son of Ardrossan. Again, he's been knocking on the door. What has he been like behind the scenes?
She's been promising us so much, actually. Yeah, today really, you know, it probably should be her day. She's run some really good races, but she's always found an excuse somewhere. But yeah, like on her ability, like she'd be a great chance.
Of course, she's a filly. I'm looking at my notes here. I've got Snowbrainer, the other runner in that race. Thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's another horse that's going to be a nice horse going forward. He's a big gelding by John Snow, but his work's been really good, and he's another one that's probably going to get back a little bit, hopefully, and find the line late.
Again, rider of the day on Saturday, Amber Adele, a number of runs for you. A quick call in race number 6. Thoughts on this runner?
Yeah, she's just got a bag of tricks, really. So she's just an average horse, but she tries hard. She's not very big and a quick back up, but she's tough and she'll be genuine.
Master Marco, a lovely horse you've always thought a lot of. A pretty strong race today.
Yeah, he's really well. Actually, you know, he'd be close to winning. You'd think his target's going to be the Canterbury Gold Cup on Saturday. So today he's just having a nice head out. But no, he'll be competitive, and I probably expect him to just be close to winning, to be honest.
The punters are really rallying around Freddie time here. What are your thoughts on him? I know you love him as a horse. What about the heavy track conditions? What has he shown behind the scenes to suggest he'll handle it here today?
He's just a really good horse, so he goes in anything really. So his work out here has been great. He's come through that race really good, and yeah, really he should be too good for them really. So hopefully there's no excuses here.
And just quickly, your 2 other runners, Foreign Affairs, she gets in off the ballot, and in the last Reprobate.
Foreign Affairs just going very average, to be honest. Where the track's a bit too heavy for her, so I'd be a bit cautious on her. And Reprobate, he's really good on the quick back up and wouldn't mind wet track, so he'd be a good chance in the last.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Thoughts there of Kelvin Tyler, Craig Rail, as we come up to you. It's always good to get the local insight here, and obviously the team and Amber Adele, they had a fabulous day on Saturday. And Radiant Reach, I thought, was maybe a nice each way play here, but the money clearly in the camp of Express Cope.
Yes, it certainly is. Express Cope's been the best back runner, Nicole, $1.90 in. There's got a couple of pretty handy pushes there from Kelvin Tyler, so certainly hope the punters were listening out, particularly with Master Marco. So Nicole's numbers here, 9, 1, 8 and 5, Radiant Reach over Express Cope. I've gone the other way. I've gone 1 Express Cope over 9 Radiant Reach, but Kelvin Tyler is pretty keen that Radiant Reach could run the race if she gets away. Of course, 2 starts ago, she missed away badly. It was a huge run for third. So she's got the ability if she gets away with them. Moving up for the Intone NZB Insurance Pearl Series event. Radiant Reach moves up. Intrepid Girl about to go in. Lady Diva still out of line. And House of Theatre with the clerk of the course. Now taken over by an attendant to go forward. And we'll be right for this third event of the day. Express Cope, the best back runner, has a good alley winning here on Saturday. So on the quick back up, and now carrying 61 kilos. So set to run. Daphne Dior the inside, Miss Firehawk stands up well. Racing at the 1200 metres, and Miss Firehawk came out quickly with Express Cope. Daphne Dior, Sailor Girl showing speed. House of Theatre out wider is Lady Diva. Just behind them was the next one, Sympathique on the outside of High Step, and out wider off the track, Intrepid Girl, and Radiant reaches back at the tail. Sailor Girl rolls to the front, leads by a length over Lady Diva second, Miss Firehawk third, and Express Cope. House of Theatre's out deep off the track, and also Intrepid Girl goes forward. Sympathique is just behind them with Radiant Reach. Back at the tail was High Step with Daphne Dior. By Jets, a packed up field. There's only 4 lengths first to last, and the leader is Sailor Girl narrowly from Lady Diva. Intrepid Girl's out 3 wide. Radiant Reach around the outside with a big runner. Radiant Reach has swept around the outside to find the lead before the home turn from Intrepid Girl. Sympathique comes to the outside. House of Theatre was next, then Sailor Girl. Miss Firehawk tries to go through the middle. Express Cope's angling wider, trying to look for better ground. Radiant Reach in front, Sympathique out wide's running on. Radiant Reach from Sympathique, Express Cope into third spot. Radiant Reach in front at the 100, trying hard, Sympathique. Radiant Reach and Sympathique. Sympathique moved up, grabbed the leader, won. Sympathique has got the prize from Radiant Reach. Express Cope third, Intrepid Girl after a wide trip, a good effort fourth. High Step, Lady Diva, Daphne Dior, Miss Firehawk, House of Theatre, and Sailor Girl was the last one across the line. Radiant Reach really cut loose before the home turn, dashed through, hit the front, but Sympathique with the last crack at Radiant Reach has been able to claim victory right on the line, with Radiant Reach into a gallant second, and Express Cope on the quick backup, and the extra 2 kgs getting into third position. Sympathique winning at Gore back on the 9th of March has now won 2 of her last 3 starts by postponed out of Yolanda, raced by Miss L. Stewart. Leonard Stewart, the trainer. Teddy Ladecoeur took the ride and was very happy across the line. Teddy as well with a flourish of the whip, getting to the winning post in first position. And Sympathique's now won 9 out of 75 and well over $100,000, so has done a great job, she has, for her connections. So Nicole, it was Sympathique down the outside in the last couple of races with the Tatler, and Sympathique outside certainly looking to be a good place to be.
Yeah, they were swooping there, and a lot of riders were looking towards that wider part of the track. Sympathique, it was a good battle between both of these runners. Teddy Ladecoeur, he's put the big salute up there. Well done. And gee, she's been a great mare for her connections too, hasn't she? Her 9th win at start 75. Sympathique, a winner 2 starts ago in a rating 65 there at Gore. Did start on our first day there, and that was in the Franklin, obviously a much stronger mares race as well. Coming back to this Pearl race here, and has been successful. Well done to Leonard Stewart, who trains out of Timaru. Of course, they had a number of runners in on the first day, and this one on the back up, and they get the win here. They had a wonderful last few weeks as well, picking up plenty of winners, the likes of Ascot Park's meeting as well, and obviously, as I mentioned, with this one there at Gore. So the team with still a few chances left to come, just going and obviously getting there. We'll try and get a word with Teddy Ladecoeur just once he unsaddles here as well. He does ride, of course, Freddie time for the Tyler team coming up in a few races' time. And yeah, just on the Tyler runner there, Radiant Reach, hasn't she been fabulous? She jumped much better today. She was coming into the race just so well, and maybe just peaked fresh there in that last stride or two, but that's been a big run from a very talented mare to keep watch of there, Radiant Reach. Looking to get in here and grab the thoughts from Teddy Ladecoeur, who was pretty excited after that victory. Can we grab a quick word with you, Teddy? Congratulations. This mare and the team, they've been in great form. She's just kept finding the line for you today.
Yes, it's just a very beautiful horse. Just ran for me today. Thanks to the trainer for giving me this ride. So just thank all the team there who worked very hard. Just very happy. Yeah.
You've got one other ride today, looking to cap off a wonderful day. It's Freddie time. Are you excited about partnering with him later on?
Yeah, it's another good ride for Mr. Taylor. Cross fingers, right, I got a double today. We never know. Just wait. See you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thoughts there of Teddy. He was pretty excited. You just love that, don't you, Emily? Obviously, the riders down here, they make the most of the opportunities they can get. And, yeah, that big salute with sympathy. Teddy Lacour, who claims
Easter Monday, and Riverton is where we get to next. Horses on their way to the start for our next coming in from Riverton. It's race 4. Heavy 10 track, Movie Girl is the best backed here in our 4th, the rating 75 over the 1200 metres. We'll come to you, Nicole. What are your thoughts on this next?
I thought it was a wide open race here, Emily. I actually opted for one at a little bit of value here. Monaghan Boy, we heard from Calvin Ty earlier. He's pretty happy with him. He does see this as a slightly easier graded race for him than he faced on Saturday. Market is with the 2 Michael and Matthew Pittman runners, though, Movie Girl and Motion Time, both who are dropping back from the Franklin, the feature mares race here on Saturday. And there's been also in this very even field good backing for Lise Paris, one of 2 in the race for Leonard Stewart, Jocelyn Jagu to do the riding, 480 the opening price. So we are going to head across and find out a little bit more as well about the 2 Leonard Stewart runners with our stable rep here, Nicole Smith. Nicole, thanks for joining us. Just firstly, congratulations with Sympathy. A horse who's racing so well, and it's lovely to pick up the wins, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's very good for the stable and for Len. Len's actually been a bit crook, so it's good for him to pick up a win or 2 every now and then.
Yeah, well, the stable is certainly firing, and we've got 2 runners in our next race here. Lise Paris, who is stepping up after the Ashburton victory, looks to have a lot of upside about her. What are yours and the stable's thoughts here on this heavy track this afternoon?
Hopefully she'll handle it, but we're not. Yeah, we'll see how she goes. They're running pretty slow times at the moment. It must be heavy out there, so who knows? We'll see. And yeah, fingers crossed she can slug through it and she'll be all right.
Game Duke also in the race. How is this one? Leah Hemi aboard?
No, hopefully he'll handle the track. He has before, so fingers crossed. But once again, it's just an absolute slog, isn't it? So we'll see how he goes.
Queen of Kings lines up with Tina Komanyahi in race number 5, or Queen of Kings, I should say.
Yep, no, fingers crossed. She normally likes the track, so in theory she should. But again, she's backing up and over a bit more distance, so the distance should suit her. But yeah, once again, it's just track conditions, and you know, you can only choose on the day what they're going to be doing for themselves. So yeah,
it's difficult with different heavy tracks as well. Vague, who I thought was excellent in the Riverton Cup, a bit unlucky. She was hitting the line well. Thoughts on her here later on?
Well, she's been going over the good tracks, so yeah, and she did do very well on Saturday. So fingers crossed, it was okay. Yeah. Once again, who knows? It's the backup for the old girls, so fingers crossed. And
Zidane, who lines up in our last?
Yeah, should be. He should like it in theory, more to the point out of all of them. But yeah, hopefully he is up in that 75, so fingers crossed he'll be pretty up there somewhere, hopefully, with Leah aboard, so that'll be nice.
Thanks for your thoughts, Nicole.
Thank you very much.
Thoughts there from Nicole Smith, who is representing Leonard Stewart, and yeah, thoughts with Leonard as well. I'm sure that winner Sympathique earlier on would have certainly been a nice tonic as well. Coming across 2 minutes out from our next here with you, Craig, and I thought this was a really wide open race. Let's get your thoughts on it.
I had a few different scenarios in my head in this event, Nicole, but I ended up with Movie Girl on top, number 5, after dead heating for 3rd with Motion Time here on the first day. Tina Komanyahi takes the ride, and Michael and Matthew Pittman's already had a very good carnival. I thought she was good on Saturday, and I think she can go very nicely again today, and I think punters agree she has come right in. So I've gone Movie Girl on top.
Price as well. Motion Time, once again, it was a good run, and that form Sympathique and the likes. It's obviously stacking up out of our Franklin Stakes here on Saturday.
Certainly is, and of course they did heated for third. There was nothing between them on the first day. It might happen again today, you never know. And working and looking through the race, which one went better than the other, I don't think that there was much between each of the runs. So Motion Time went very quickly early and did a fair bit of work, and Movie Girl was certainly grinding away at the finish. So you can make a case for both of them.
I think there's plenty here to make cases for. I'll make a case for one of my value bets next, the Kelvin Tyler runner, Monaghan Boy. Craig, I thought it was an excellent run. He was saving runs through the inside there, and just on the line he was sort of hard held. It was not much splitting them in the open. I thought backing up here, I thought it would suit him, and he's going over the 1200 metres again. I thought Monaghan Boy maybe a nice each way play here in an even race.
And your interview with Kelvin Tyler, Kelvin was quite keen on his chances as well, suggesting the 1200 might be a little sharp, but the way the track's playing today, 1200 might be a bit like 1300 metres because of the heavy conditions. And he's been consistent overall. Good winner 4 starts ago. Yes, he is certainly one of the main chances in the event as we're moving up quickly. Race 4, the DT King and Co. Limited World Solar Handicap about to get underway. We've got the I Spy moving in, Motion Time, and also Movie Girl will be the last 2 to move up. So Motion Time's rider Donovan Cooper in the red cap, Tina Komanyagi in the white cap with Movie Girl. I was just thinking, I think it was the other way round on Saturday, but yes, it's Motion Time in the red cap today as they're moving forward quickly here for this the 4th event. Certainly an even race, but the punters have certainly rallied for Movie Girl. Set to run. Already at the 1200, racing on song began well. Game Duke missed the start badly. Thomasina began fast out wide. Sir Sterling and Monaghan Boy close up. And then come Able Park, and out wide there was I Spy and Lisa Paris on the inside. Next up on the outside was Motion Time, then Movie Girl and Game Duke 3 lengths away. On Song leads by 2.5 lengths. Thomasina across to second. Monaghan Boy on the inside of Sir Sterling, then Able Park, Lisa Paris and I Spy. Motion Time, Movie Girl second last, and Game Duke is the last one. Coming up towards the home turn, On Song leads 2 lengths over Thomasina in second. Monahan Boy on the inside. Next up on the outside was Sir Sterling, then Lisa Paris. I Spy about to angle wide, following LB Park. Motion Time, Movie Girl, and Game Duke was last of all. Up to the turn, On Song's in front. Swinging out wide now was Thomasina. Also there was Lisa Paris starting to run on okay. Sir Sterling, Movie Girl right down the outside. On Song following the inside, still in front from Thomasina. Sir Sterling, Lisa Paris. Motion Time, Movie Girl out wider. In front On Song, right up along the fence. Is still 2 lengths in front of Thomasina. On Song all the way. On Song has won from Thomasina. Sir Sterling third. Motion Time fourth. Then Lisa Paris and Movie Girl. Game Duke, I Spy, Monaghan Boy, and LB Park was the last one across the line. Good performance, front-running display by On Song. Has been able to lead throughout for Sienna Brown. Right hard up along the fence. Most of them went wide, but was stayed on the inside and has been able to prevail and win nicely. Another horse that didn't race on the first day, but backing up on the, having that quick backup and winning here On Song, getting the prize, leading throughout and doing it in good fashion. Thomasina got in behind. The leader came to outside. Sir Sterling, a better run with the gear changes today. Should be third. Very close up Motion Time and Lisa Paris. But On Song, the winner is by the bold one out of La Cita, raced by Markwood Lodge, Robert Dennis and Sienna Brown, combining as the runners are returning after the running of race number 4 of the day. A good performance by On Song, leading it throughout over Thomasina in the 4th event. So On Song, the winner, Nicole, and rider hard along the fence and has been able to lead throughout, gave nothing else a chance.
We saw Sienna Brown use these tactics, getting her first win aboard Hadid there, leading all the way at Tauranga a few weeks ago. She's employed those tactics here with On Song for the Markwood Lodge team. Robert Dennis combining, and this one's been too strong for them. Another winner, Emily, hard up on the inside fence, jumped pretty prominent there. As we've heard from a few connections throughout the day so far, it is tough work out there, but maybe the rail saving that ground the place to be. A great result for the team around Markwood Lodge as well. They've had a successful couple of days while they didn't pick up the Riverton Cup with Lofty's gift. The final placings, they were able to pick up that owner's bonus for the Southern Cup Series as well of $50,000, and they get the win here with On Song. Well done to the team around this runner in race number 4. We'll be back for our 5th Emily. We've got that one over the mile at a start time of 1.
It is great to have your company on this Easter Monday here on Trackside 1. Hopefully you're enjoying a quiet day and maybe a winner or two along the way from one of our 2 domestic thoroughbred venues or Addington Harness, which is at the midway point itself. But race 5 of 10 out of Riverton on day 2 of their Easter Carnival is rapidly approaching. Nicole Sims is trackside for us. Good afternoon to you, Nicole. How is Riverton treating you, and can you find us a winner of what looks a pretty tricky 5th event?
It's pretty nice down here, Brittany. I'm so pleased it's not raining, but I must admit it's a lot cooler than it was here for Riverton Cup Day on Saturday. So certainly want to be packing your winter woolies coming down for Diamonds Day on Sunday. Can't wait for that. But yeah, we're having a good afternoon's racing here so far. I was pretty keen with Jessie J here in the next myself. I think she's once again knocking on the door. Kelly Shearing's already had a winner on the program, so I thought she was maybe one at an each-way play here in a very even race. Just going to head across though and grab the thoughts of Shane Anderton. He's still got a number of runners in for the stable, of course, after picking up the Riverton Cup with Mayor of Norwood on Saturday. Shane, just quickly on Mayor of Norwood, how's he pulled up and come through the run?
We haven't done a lot with him. He got home, we chucked him out in the paddock for the night, and we have a couple of days in the paddock, and we'll see what he's like tomorrow and sort of make some more decisions in whether we go to Christchurch or put him in the paddock, but time will tell.
2 runners here in the next. We'll start with Southern Country, a horse that once again's racing great this prep with a couple of placings. What are your thoughts on today's race with him?
It's all going to go on how he handles this ground. It's quite testing today, so if he brings his form he's been doing the last couple of runs, he should be right there. He's been finishing really strong, so we'll see.
Krishna Madhu rides him for you. You've got Ashwin aboard Miss and Z. Again, the Markwood Lodge team have had a winner, and you're looking to get a winner with this mare today.
Yeah, the pressure's on. Frank's here today, so she's been running pretty consistent today. She's been running over probably 2,000 metres, but the way the track is today, it's probably going to be light running at 2,000 metres. So, I'm expecting a nice run, as long as she gets through the ground, but we'll find out.
You've got Bauble in race number 6. Thoughts on this runner?
Yeah, he's a horse what probably will appreciate a bit of giving the ground. He always goes his best racing when we get a bit of rain, so he should be right in the fight, I'd say.
Exchange looking to go back to back in race 7.
Yeah, he back to form the other day, and it was really good to see. He's won on the wet before, so we can't make any excuses there. So if we're going to do what he done at Wingatoo the other day, he should be very competitive as well.
You've got 3 runners left on the card after that. Race 8, Petrain here, another one with Ashwin aboard.
Yeah, she's been looking for a wee bit of wet, probably something a wee bit loose in this, but whether she's got enough mileage in the legs to finish it off. But, I'm just expecting a nice run from her today. And
Lined Satin in race number 9?
Yeah, well, she's got wet track form. We chuck her out early where we were getting ready for the Southern Mile, but she was just struggling a wee bit on top of the ground, so a bit of wet today should bring her right into it.
And Fresh Up Mabel here. Again, it's a hard ask fresh up just for the fact of the track being heavy, but a nice enough horse to keep watch of.
Yeah, probably watching her later on when she gets up to 2,000 metres. It's probably her go, but today she's here for a fitness run, and I'm sure she'll be running on at the end, but it's probably going to be short enough for her.
Thanks so much, Shane.
No worries. Thanks, Nicole.
Thoughts there, Craig Rowell, as we look to come across to you of Shane Anderton, and as he's mentioned, and a lot of those that I've been catching up with, it's pretty testing out there, and it'll be interesting now. We've seen obviously winners along the inside, a few out wide, but it's, I guess, a case of just who's handling it the best.
It does seem that way, Nicole, doesn't it? And that's what most of the trainers that you've spoken to have said, is just a matter of whether they handle the track. Well, Kelvin Tyler gave you a good push for Indiardi in this race, but it's been very easy, and the stablemate Snow Brainer's had a lot of support. Number 8, 1 and 8, the best back runners on the fixed odds market, the Russian Rocket and Snow Brainer. I went in 2 Southern Country, thinks ready to win from 13, 14 and 1. Nicole's numbers were 13, Jessie J to beat 2, 14 and 1 as they're moving up quickly. Getting set for the O'Connell Earthworks Alford Contracting. And a good race coming up. Southern Country's moved into line. We've got Oropuki Gemma, Shooting Stride, and Queen of Kings, the last ones to move forward. Got the yellow cap with Prince of Harps rider Terry Mosley, white cap there for the rider of Gordon Liahemi. And they've got the pink cap with Rupesh Shawn on the Russian Rocket, white cap for Tony Davies on the Expensive Gem with the stablemates as they're moving forward. Shooting Stride moves up, they're set to run. Ready for race 5 at the 1600 metres. Away, and Stormy Bell from the inside began well, showing speed. The Russian Rocket also there, Miss NZ, Jessie J in a good position, and Oropuki Gem out wider. Next one came Prince of Harps, very wide was Shooting Stride, but is shooting around the field. Indiardi trying to go with it. Southern Country's next on the inside, then Snow Brainer. In the second half of the field, Expensive Gem, Queen of Kings, Gordon back to second last, and Sparky dropped out to the tail. The Russian Rocket's in front, but Shooting Stride moves up on the outside to challenge. Stormy Bell's third, Oropuki Gem's in fourth position. Jessie J on the inside. Indiardi's caught a little wide. Snow Brainer's out 3 deep off the track. Then Prince of Harps, Southern Country. 2 lengths away to Miss NZ. A gap of about 3 lengths to Queen of Kings, Expensive Gem, Gordon second last, and Sparky last. Past the 800 metres mark. Then the Russian Rocket in front. Leads a half length over Shooting Stride. Indiardi's out 3 deep. Jessie J just behind them. Stormy Bell is just starting to struggle in the conditions. Then Snow Brainer. Next one, Prince of Harps. Southern Country's not travelling well. Miss NZ works into the clear, tries to run on. Queen of Kings makes ground from the back. Then came Expensive Gem, Sparky, Gordon, and dropping out to last Oropuki Gem, but into the straight, the Russian Rocket taken on by Shooting Stride. Shooting Stride hit the lead from the Russian Rocket. Jessie J angles wide to start the runner. Indiardi, Queen of Kings tries to run home with Expensive Gem. Shooting Stride to Russian Rocket, Jessie J, Indiardi, and out wide the Queen of Kings. They're stretched across the track. Queen of Kings out wide, trying to chase down Shooting Stride. The inside, the Russian Rocket, Indiardi through the middle. Shooting Stride's just in front. Shooting Stride, that's a big win. Did all the work. Shooting Stride beat the Russian Rocket, maybe just in front of Indiardi and Queen of Kings, who certainly ran a good race. Southern Country came again, was all sorts of gone on the home bend, but ended up in about 5th. Then came Snow Brainer and Miss NZ. Sparky well back in the field was Expensive Gem, also Stormy Bell. Jessie J pulling up quickly, also pulling up quickly across the line was Prince of Harps, and the jockey lost the irons with Oropuki Gem is coming in last position, and Gordon was back with it. So the winner here will be Shooting Stride. Was wide early, had to really power forward, used plenty of work on the heavy